Welcome to Permaculture Pastures. We're a hairstylist and a social worker who grew up in the suburbs and have no experience farming. So far, we've learned everything we know from watching YouTube videos, asking a lot of questions, and a whole bunch of trial and error. Our son is what gives us our drive. He struggles with severe sensitivity to toxins in his food and environment, and this farm began as our journey to give him a better life. So we are taking a little break from playing with the goats because we have them clearing this fence line, which they're doing really well so far. They've done about half of the section we gave them already. But you can get poison ivy from the goats having the oil on them, and we do have poison ivy. And we've been having some issues with that the last couple of weeks. So the last couple of weeks, I haven't been super active in sharing a bunch of stuff because we've been kind of rushing through farm tours as fast as possible to avoid getting salty, sweaty, itchy, because Ryan got poison ivy for the first time ever. And then Kinley got it from something. She got like a little stripe on her leg, something we didn't clean, I guess, drug across her leg. But she reacted. I have not seen it happen like this before, but she had these huge blisters that were like a big section of her leg, and they puffed out really far, and then they were filled with fluid, and then they popped and there was fluid everywhere. And so she was not super uncomfortable. She actually handled it all really well, but we had to make sure we kept them really clean and everything because they're just these big open blisters. What is that face? And then Ryan, I guess, is actually like allergic, doesn't just get like a skin irritation, but I guess he has what's called systemic poison ivy reaction or something like that, where it's like in his bloodstream or something, so it's just spreading all over his body from inside of himself. So we've just been trying to figure out all of that stuff and dealing with all of that, and then doing the organizing. So there hasn't been tons of extra outside projects happening, not a lot of playing with goats, and that's why we're not going to be playing with the goats for a while, is because we don't know if that's where we got it from, was from the goats. And we don't want to experiment and see if Munchkin and I are gonna get it. But she's feeling fine. Her stuff's pretty much healed up. We're just getting Ryan's stuff figured out. So that's what's been going on here. And we're ready to be done dealing with poison ivy. Hi. We did this week, today, finally load those giant pigs though, which makes any week a super good week. It took a little bit longer than we anticipated. One, because one of the big pigs is just super stubborn. And then also, I couldn't wear boots for a while because Munchkin, not maliciously or anything, but just kind of as a science experiment, decided that he wanted to see what would happen when he slammed the arch of my foot with the rubber mallet that we used to put up the electric fence post. And so I couldn't fit in my boots for a while, so we had to take a break from trying to load the pigs. But they're loaded now, and we get to take them tomorrow. And they decided to just like walk in the trailer. Weeks of trying to coax them to do stuff, and I was like, I'm just gonna see if they'll follow me. Like, just follow me. Last ditch effort. We're gonna see if that works. And the really stubborn one just followed me right into this little pen we built and walked right up into the trailer. So they're loaded, and we're gonna have half hogs and stuff again in about 3 weeks. It'll be good to have the big pigs gone for the tour, because then it'll be easier to maybe do some piglet petting. But when I say piglets, these guys are like 100. Yeah, he's probably more than 100, but they're like 100 pounds. So they're little-ish compared to the giants that are in the trailer. But hopefully we'll get to do some piglet petting. Okay, so I like games, contests, giving stuff away. So we are gonna do guess how much they each weigh, and local people closest guess gets a free pound of bacon. So guess for Spot and Red. Even though they're the same, sweating like a pig, pigs don't actually sweat. In order to help them cool off, then they always, if they get hot, when they can't get in the pond, we hose them down to help create the same thing that a wallow or wet wood. Normally they would go into their wallow or into the pond, but since pigs are kind of finicky for loading, we always try and load them a day early in case it doesn't work and we have to try again later. So today, instead of a wallow, they're doing a hose down.